87 to 91. Partly cloudy Sunday with a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
WOCA. Ocala. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA. Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Good morning. Welcome back to AM Ocala Live. That sound means it is time now with 6 minutes past the top of the 9 o'clock hour. WOCA, The Source. It is time for Veterans News. As we're going to turn things over on the phone, we have Hank and Gary this morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Adam. How are you on this beautiful day?
Not too bad. Beautiful 71 degrees out there. It feels nice. A little change in the season as fall was on Tuesday, and now we're just feeling that little change in temperature makes things feel good. So I'll leave it to you guys. Take it away.
Yeah, we do have to start the show off on a sad note. We have casualties on all the fronts, unfortunately, that we talk about weekly. Starting with the fire administration, we have firefighter Charles Morton of the San Bernardino National Forest, Big Bear Hotshots of Fawkeskin, California. His end of watch was September the 17th. And moving on to law enforcement, we have Sergeant Charles Norton of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. His end of watch was September the 20th. Sergeant Norton was a victim of COVID-19. We have Deputy Sheriff Angela Chavers of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. Her end of watch was September 12th. Deputy Chavers was also a victim of COVID-19. We have Sergeant Alvin R. Serganes LeBron of the Puerto Rico Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation in Puerto Rico. His end of watch was September the 16th. And papers are stuck together. We got one more. Okay, and we do have one more fire administration. We have Second Assistant Fire Chief James P. Brooks, whose end of watch was September 18th. He is with the Whitehall Volunteer Fire Company of Whitehall, New York. Now we have some Department of Defense casualties that we have to announce also. We have Senior Airman Jason Kai Fan, who is 26 years old, of Anaheim, California. He died at Salem Air Base in Kuwait. And we have also another Air Force casualty, Staff Sergeant Ronald J. Autolet, who was 23 years old, of Merrimack, New Hampshire, who died on September 14th. He died, he was part of the aerial squadron of Westover Air Reserve in Massachusetts. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to the families of these airmen, firemen, and police officers. If you can go ahead and do the music for us for these guys, Adam.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now
Hey, Gary was doing all the work this morning. I was drinking coffee and eating baklava, so it was a good trade-off. Hey, Adam, how you doing?
Good morning, Hank. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, buddy. I had that baklava. I'm a happy camper.
There you go.
Hey, listen, of course, we did our casualties, but I hope we also remember the police officers and first responders in harm's way every day in the military. And, of course, you know, last night, 2 more police officers were shot in Louisville at the riots. You know, no excuse for what's happening and how they're treating our police have become targets. That's wrong. No matter what your feelings are about the justice system. In that case, I'm not going to comment on the case, but you don't go out and burn, loot, and murder because you don't like the decision being made. So, but the police have definitely become targets, and we, you know, this organization and I personally support them, and will continue so. So keep them in your thoughts and your prayers because this is tough times for the police in this country. So Gary, in addition to all the other things that we do, Stan McLean was supposed to be here this morning. I think he got hung up with something. The builders, which Stan McLean is part of, Representative McLean is also a builder, doing a fundraiser in October for us. It's a casino night, not real gambling, just make-believe gambling, but there will be tables and card games at the Ocala Country Club, and that's going to be on the 16th of October from 6 o'clock in the evening to about 11 o'clock at night. So if you're interested in getting more information about that, give us a call. 433-2320, or call the Builders Association, which I do not have their number in front of me, but they'll fill you in. They are looking for sponsors. There's different degrees of sponsorship. And the tickets per ticket is $50. There'll be entertainment. There'll be fun and games. You get to meet Gary. Gary will probably be there. He's an addictive gambler. And it's a good night. We've done it before with them. It's a lot of fun. And there'll be food, you know, light food, hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of good people. So if you're interested, reach out to us and we'll fill you in and get you a ticket.
So we got a kind of a public service announcement we would like to make. We like to give things away here and to help people, but in order to do that, unfortunately, it takes bringing money in, and through this COVID and stuff, donations have been down, and a lot of people are afraid to leave the house. So this gives people an opportunity to donate money to us without even leaving their living room or their bedroom, wherever they got their computer. An initiative by the USA Today Network Fundraising Challenge began September 21st, and it's going to run through October the 16th. Okay, A Community Thrives gives local nonprofit agencies the opportunity to raise funds on a national platform. So that means anywhere you are in the country, okay, you can donate to Veterans Helping Veterans. Now, please make a donation to Marion County Veterans Helping Veterans, and the way you do it, you get on that little computer, or some people can do it on their telephone, acommunitythrives.mightycause.com. I'm going to repeat that. A community thrives, one word, .mightycause, one word, .com. And just find Marion County Veterans Helping Veterans, push that key, and support us with whatever you can, and it will be greatly appreciated and used to help veterans in our area.
Very good. And again, Gary's correct, and we're not alone. A lot of nonprofits are struggling. We're fortunate in that we still have some people who support us. But in addition, we write grants and do all the other things we have to do and do these little fundraisers. So you can't keep the lights on. You can't serve the veterans we're committed to serve without the resources. Some good news on with the VA, and this is really in large part and probably total support of Congressman Neil Dunn. He represents part of our district, I think the western part, and I think he goes all the way up to Tallahassee. He's a doctor by profession and a state legislator, so a federal legislator, congressman, So he initiated a program with the VA to make prostate cancer a priority and testing for prostate cancer and treatment of prostate cancer. So the VA has got behind that. I will tell you that in the past, the VA, I think, dropped the ball because they stopped PSA testing for all veterans. You had to request it if you wanted, and sometimes you had to fight to get it. I know why they did it, because there were a number of articles published at one time about saying, well, you didn't really have to do these tests. But it's one of the more accurate tests to catch prostate cancer early. The VA dropped the ball a number of years ago. Every urologist I've ever talked to said that that was a major mistake. But thanks to Congressman Dunn, the VA is going to take some strong initiatives to start testing veterans again with the PSA for prostate cancer and do some aggressive treatment, which is long overdue. That's a disease that if you get it early enough, you have a very, very good chance of cure. And I will tell you, personally, I had it 24 years ago, and thanks to a good doctor, a good urologist, and a private physician who caught it early, some people will be disappointed, but I'm still around. So if you catch any form of cancer, the key is to get it early. Thanks to this congressman who represents part of our district, the VA will be doing more aggressive testing and a more aggressive treatment of the disease. So good news.
And more good news, and I guess we'll hear about it on our next show. We should be getting quite a few of our staff back from furlough, which would allow us to do some increased hours and be here longer and hopefully serve more veterans. So we're going to have news about that for sure on the next show we do. So we're looking forward to that. We do have a few already. So Hank, you'll be making the decisions on the hours, and we'll put them out. And it will also show up on our phone message, once we do it. Now,
So, give us a couple of days. We're just now getting these people back. They're under a federal program for seniors, but we don't control their hours. The federal government and the contractor who employs them does, but they work for us as a worksite training place. So we're going to all get them. We hope this week we'll get the rest of them back, and then next week we'll be expanding hours and expanding services to veterans. And come October, as I said, we have some new grants coming in that we'll be announcing, and I think some folks will be real happy about some of the other services we'll be offering here. So.
and can I do a quick shout out to the people that gave us that pallet of food yesterday? Yeah, we want to do a quick shout out to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who donated us a whole pallet of really good food yesterday. Thank you, and God bless you.
Yeah, there's a lot of organizations that don't ask for recognition, but do it day in and day out with us. Again, this is a large undertaking over here. A lot of people come through here looking for assistance. Without the help of the church or other churches and other organizations, you can't do it. It's impossible to do. So, again, thank you to them. We took some photos off yesterday, and they're good people, and their heart's in the right place. They want to serve the community.
And nobody does food bank like Veterans Help and Veterans does food bank. And that's the God's honest truth, because I've seen a lot of food banks.
Well, you used to run the food banks. You're involved in a number of other agencies.
Right.
Yeah. So, we like to think that, again, if someone comes in and I always have been amazed that some organizations will tell you, well, today's Tuesday, I know you're hungry, but you can't get fed. Well, that isn't the case here. If you come in and tell us you're hungry, we're going to try to feed you, and we'll feed you here if we have to. Or if you just need non-perishables, we're glad to do that. And I don't make it a big practice, but on occasions I do deliveries. Okay, so, but if you're hungry, come on in. We'll help you out. And I would like. Hopefully, you're a veteran. If you're not a veteran and you're hungry, you're still going to get fed. Okay. So Gary has a lot of background working with different organizations. We have some rules and regulations. I really need people when they come in to understand that you need to wear a face mask. We need to take your temperature. I've heard all the arguments against it. I don't like wearing it. However, I know that it makes other people feel more secure when I do, and so I do. And I would hope that people come in looking for services understand that my job, one of the things I'm responsible for, is to protect other clients and the staff that work here. And that's one of the ways we do it. These are unusual times, and asking you to wear a face mask, I think, is reasonable, and asking you to submit to a temperature check is reasonable. We've got to keep on going. That's one of the ways we're going to keep on going.
And we do have the painless temperature check. We don't stick you with the needle to do the temperature.
Well, unless I'm taking it, I usually hit you in the head with it. But other than that, it gets a little less painful when I do it. We are reaching out to different political figures, including Stan McLean and others. I've got real concerns about some of the treatment that's taken place or not taken place within the VA. We've always partnership very well with them, but I have some concerns lately. Some of it has to do with the virus and not seeing patients face to face. I'll give you my experience that they wanted to do a phone call. They knew where I was, and they ended up calling the wrong number. So that didn't work for me, and I don't think it's working for a lot of veterans. And my concern is a lot of these veterans who have very chronic, hardcore diseases and health conditions. Listen, doing that on a phone is not good medical care. No one has been able to explain to me how that works, that it's the kind of medical care that they would want. I am relatively healthy, and even for me, I found I was dissatisfied with the system. So some of us are going to be meeting with the VA shortly, headquarters, and express our concern, because I think sometimes this virus has led people to hide behind it so they don't do their jobs. The other thing, I'm not real impressed with the attitude at this local VA clinic in terms of how they treat veterans. I heard some of it myself the other day when I was there, kind of a very rude manner. That's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for veterans who serve. It's unacceptable for people who are being paid by taxpayers to cop an attitude with people they should be glad to serve and proud to serve.
Yeah, I don't understand either, Hank, why the specialty doctors can touch you and see you in person, but the primary doctor, which is supposed to be the one closest to you, to know you better than anybody else, can't touch you.
Well, how do you put a stethoscope on a person over the phone? How do you check their heart over the phone? It's news. I don't think you can do that unless they have some miracle thing that I don't know about, and they're doing that. And I've got real concern about it. And in addition to that, they're not running that van. I used to run it every day to Gainesville, and they're not running it to Gainesville on a regular basis. So they need to get their act together.
Mike, your hair is great.
Come on in. Come on in. We just got interrupted by an Air Force veteran. We're on the radio, so that's okay. You can tell them who you are. I know that's why you came in. You're probably looking for publicity. So, and you are
Wayne Lewis.
And you served
U.S. Air Force.
And when did you serve, Wayne?
78 to 82.
In our Air Force?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing your head from above.
Yeah, you did. And you probably dropped something on there, too, probably. Yeah. We had, Marines always love to see the Air Force or other Marine pilots and Navy pilots show up and drop it, but you're supposed to drop it on the other guys.
Well, you were such a good target,
Well, I've been told that.
Unless they're dropping food and dropping on me.
Yeah, well, they were dropping other things, But in any case, Wayne is one of our volunteers. He does IT work for us, very knowledgeable, very helpful Air Force veteran. He's still trying to learn the words of the Marine Corps hymn, which I make everybody sing every morning. But you're stuttering on those words a little bit, Wayne.
I got it pretty clear once I changed some of the words around, to make it correct.
Well, Wayne, you got about a minute to 2 minutes to endear yourself to the audience out here if you want to go ahead and you're looking for your own show. Now, rumor has it that Adam won't be at WOCA much longer.
Where'd you hear that rumor?
Is that not true, Adam?
That's not true. I'm here.
See, Wayne, Wayne was ready to replace you, Adam.
Oh, it was.
Ready to step in your shoes. Maybe it's Joe that I heard that won't be there.
Maybe that's it.
Good. Wayne, it's your nickel, buddy.
It's mine.
Why are you here?
I appreciate what you guys do for the veterans, and I want to help. I want to pay back any way I can.
Okay, very good. Well, that's why most volunteers are here. We got a lot of volunteers over here. If you want to volunteer, give us a call, 433-2320. We'll find something for you to do, whether it's working in the back room and helping hand out food, or you want to sit down and do some peer counseling with veterans. We'll be glad to get you involved. We lost our volunteer coordinator not too long ago, and then I told you half the staff, but we're kind of getting back to normal, so we really could use some volunteers. I could really use some younger volunteers because we do sometimes some heavy lifting and other things that would be helpful. In addition to that, we also do some minor repairs, and that's been difficult without having some young veterans who are handy and young to help us out. So, Gary, why don't you just redo our hours as of now, and then hopefully next week we'll be getting back to a more normal setting.
Well, currently, Monday and Wednesday, we're here and we have somebody at the window from 8 until noon. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have somebody here from 8 until 1 p.m. So, Friday we're still closed. Like I said, hopefully next week, if we're able to change things, Hank will announce the new hours once he gets sets up. But, call us, leave us a message. The messages are checked, 352-433-2320. We will get back to you. We're very good about that. I can say that. And if we can help you, we will. And, there's usually somebody here till 4, so, if a message comes in and, we hear it, there's a couple of us that work in the background that'll, try to serve you in any way we can, within our capabilities.
Very good. Well, again, I know we're almost out of time, Adam. It's probably time for us to say goodbye. Hopefully what we're doing is remember those first responders. Please support the police. Please support the first responders who are out there working on our behalf. Pray for them. They have a tough job. Things are not good.
And when you see one of them, don't be afraid to walk up and thank them. Yeah. That'll put a smile on their face.
Yeah, thank them just like you. The veterans enjoy that when you do that. I've had numerous people tell me how much they've touched by someone who just says, thank you for your service. Do the same thing for the first responders. As I tell you every week, and we will continue telling you every week, thank you for your service, and God bless America.
From the mountain to the prairie to the ocean wide with foam. God bless America, my home.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. More protests expected today in Louisville, Kentucky, where there are close to 100 arrests for last night's looting and vandalism. 2 officers shot.
They are said to be in stable condition. That's the good news. And police already have 1 suspect in custody. On Wednesday, a grand jury chose not to indict any officers for Breonna Taylor's death back in March. Instead, 1 former officer was indicted on wanton endangerment.
That's Fox's Mark Meredith in Louisville. The Kentucky Attorney General says the officers who were shot at